Hey lovies, thank you so much for tuning back into my channel for another hair commentary video. In this video, I'm going to be shedding a little light on thinning hair, thick hair, high density, low density, and just giving you a little insight on what that really means and what that really looks like for those of you who may not know. I'm going to be showing you some TikTok videos. The first video that I'm going to get into showing you is a stylist who explains it to the T so perfectly. And then we'll just jump back in. I'll give you my commentary and we'll take it from there. Okay, so see you soon.
This client has thin hair. Yes, she has a lot of hair on her head. Yes, there's hair everywhere. It's a lot of it, which would be the density, but her actual hair is thin. So you see those hair strands, they're very fine. It's a lot of them, but they're very thin hair strands. And that determines the thickness or thinness of your hair, not the density of your hair. So she has medium to high density, which means that she has a lot of strands of hair on her head, but the actual strands of hair are thin. So here goes another client with similar density, but different hair. Her hair is thick. Her hair strands are thick, which makes her have thick hair. But she has about the same amount of hair on her head that the other young lady has. But their densities are the same. Their thickness is different. Her hair strands are very thick. She has very thick hair strands compared to the other girl where her hair strands are thin. So I'm not sure which one of these is your hair, because you might not even have this much hair on your head, like, as far as density wise. So if your density is not this high, you just have low density. That does not mean you have thin hair. So if you have hair similar to the girl with the burgundy hair, then you have thin hair. If you have hair similar to the girl here, then you have thick hair. Not the actual amount of hair on the person's head, but how thick the hair strand is itself.
Okay, so as you can see from this previous clip, the stylist basically explains, as I sum it up a little bit for y'all, whenever you have a lot of strands of hair on your head, so for example, if you have 2,000 strands of hair on your head, you will be considered somebody that has high density hair versus somebody that has 1,000 strands of hair on their head, right? But you won't know whether you have thick hair or if you have thin hair unless you examine each strand of hair, right? So you take one strand of your hair, and when you look at it, if that strand is a thin strand, then you're someone that's considered high density, thin hair, right? And the person that has the 1,000 strands of hair, if one of their strands of hair is actually thick, then there's somebody that's considered to have low density, thick hair. But you wouldn't really be able to determine that or know what that looks like until you actually flat iron out your hair or silk press your hair out or straighten your hair out, right? Then you'll be able to really get a good visual of whether you have a lot of hair and whether you have thick hair. Okay, so sometimes we see somebody with their hair may be out naturally, right? And it may be in an afro. And you may look at that person and be like, wow, she has a lot of hair. She has thick hair. But you wouldn't really know that unless you seen her hair when it's in its flat out state. And I see that a lot here on YouTube with, different girls' videos and stuff, whether they're natural or whether they're relaxed. They may have naturally thin hair, but when they blow out their hair, they're telling you, oh, look at my hair starting to thicken up. No, your hair is still thin because you naturally have thin hair. It's because you blew your hair out that is giving the illusion that you have a lot of hair or that your hair is actually thick. Okay, so I'm going to go into the next video and it pretty much explains exactly what the stylist was saying. Okay, so let's get into it.
Natural girls with fine hair, how are y'all doing during the silk press season? Because I'm not doing the best. I just came out the shop with my hair silk pressed and I don't have no freaking hair. Like, look how much hair I got. Like, that don't make no freaking sense. Like, when my hair is natural and it's curly state, it look like I got so much hair, but put some heat on my hair and it's over with. I am so freaking tired of it. And my hair is long, like it's hitting bra strap length, but you wouldn't be able to tell because I ain't got no dang on hair. And I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of over these years I've been thinking that once my hair gets a certain length that is damaged because like it's so thin, and like why don't my hair look like theirs? Like I must have damaged hair, and I'm cutting 2-3 inches every time. And it's like I'm tired of that. My hair is not damaged. I take good care of my hair. It don't make no sense for me to have to like constantly be cutting my hair like that. I'm so tired of it. So what are we doing to make our fine hair appear thicker? Like, are we putting curls in it? We using less heat? We not doing the flat iron? We just doing a blowout? Like, what are we doing? Because I cannot take this no more. I ain't got no dang on hair, and I'm so tired of it.
Mine should be paper thin when it's not in its natural state. I'm gonna need some a sew-in or some clip-ins or something. This, you can see right through this shit. This ain't gonna work for me, babe.
Shout out to all my thin-haired girlies, because like it really is a struggle. It is a struggle because I'm trying to lay off the clip-ins for a little bit. I haven't had like a sew-in in like over 10 years at this point. But so I'm just gonna be wearing my actual hair out. And it's just so thin. It's so thin. I used to do wash and goes, but I think it was my technique. I like destroyed my hair. I destroyed my hair. But like it's just such a struggle. And like, you know, like, which is why, like, especially not wearing clip-ins, sorry for my camera, not wearing clip-ins, like, I'm just trying to play around with styles. So like I did this little style where it kind of looks like I have more hair than I do. But yeah, shout out to us, because like we know the struggle. We know the struggle having thin ass hair.
Okay, so like I was saying, as you can see from the lady in the previous TikTok video, the one that was sitting in the car, she said, why is it that when she wears her hair in its natural state, it looks as if she has so much hair? That's the illusion. Because when your hair is in its blown out state, or when it's in its natural state, it comes off as if you have so much. But she naturally has thin hair. She naturally has low density, thin hair. And you can see that. And because she went and got her silk press done, she's realizing and now seeing that she don't have as much hair as she thought she had. Okay. And another thing too with getting silk presses, constantly getting silk presses and putting heat on your hair, that can thin out your hair over time too. So she has to really be careful and mindful of that, you know. And when you go and you get your ends clipped, your hair begins to look thicker as well, because you're basically cutting off the dead end. So that if you have thin, straggly ends, but your hair is actually thick, like your strand of hair is actually thick, but your ends are thin, chances are you have damaged hair, right? So you have split ends and you need those ends cut off. So the minute the stylist cut those off and say you get a blunt cut, it gives you that thick look. You know, your hair goes back to being thick on the ends because you got rid of the damaged hair. So her hair is not damaged. Her hair is just thin. And like I said, she sees her hair in its natural state and she thinks that it's something totally different from what it really is. But she just naturally has thin hair. Okay, so now let's get into the next video of women actually trying to style their naturally thin hair. Okay, let's get into it.
So I got mini twists. They are so fucking boneless. Y'all, these probably will not be staying in my head past today. I can't. I can't.
Why do we look alike right now? So I was out here looking for a low manipulation style that I could wear my natural hair in without touching it for a few weeks. And everybody's like, oh, mini twist, mini twist, mini twist. Why mine came out boneless? Like, I'm so sick right now. I just have to attempt to make this work for the next week and a half. So let's see what we gonna do.
Honestly, they have grown on me. I enjoy seeing them on my head, but I'm just gonna let you guys see. This is what it looks like after a week. They are definitely fluffier. Obviously, the hair is still thin, but they definitely look like they have a bit more welly. One thing that I think is really cute is I have these little ringlets, which I've never known my hair to have like ringlets before. I'm gonna wash it now and then see if it should curl up because my hair isn't damaged. But then again, when I did these, I thought my hair wasn't thin, so you never know.
So as you can see from these clips, these young ladies decide to style their thin, low density hair into mini twists. And when they finish installing their mini twist, they realized that their hair was actually thin. And that's because they wasn't aware of, the density of the hair. They wasn't aware of each strand, whether their strands are thin or whether their strands are thick. And I actually think that they all look pretty with their mini twists. I don't see anything wrong with the way the mini twists are, even though they feel like their mini twist is boneless. I think it looks really pretty. And over time, when you do mini twists, it begins to full out. It begins to look a little thicker as you wash your hair, as you leave them in for some time, they begin to fluff out. So I really think they look nice. But y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you think about thin hair? What do you think about density? Do you know what your density is when it comes to your hair? What kind of hair do you have? Are you currently natural? Are you relaxed? Do you have thick hair? Do you have high density hair? Did you even know about density and hair strands? Do you even care about that kind of stuff? Let me know down in the comment section what you think. But I just wanted to do a video on this to shed a little bit of light, a little bit of education on the difference. So when you have thin hair, you know the reason why you have thin hair and why your hair is the way it is, right? Because it's just naturally that way. But just know that you're beautifully, wonderfully, and marvelously made by God. And whether you have thin hair or thick hair, it doesn't matter. It's who you are, and you're beautiful regardless. Okay, so y'all get down in the comment section. Please subscribe to the channel, give the video a like, turn on your notification bell, and please help this channel get to 900 subscribers. I'm currently at 833, and I will appreciate if you subscribe. Okay, I want to hear from you. Have a blessed day. Bye bye.